I'm here at the Viceroy Hotel, here with Kaskade. So electronic music has risen so fast and so quickly, and become so popular with younger generations. Is it a fad though? Do you see it progressing from here, or do you see it declining in any way, if possible?
I think that we're kind of just at the beginning, really, as I see it getting bigger and stronger and more people paying attention. I think there's a lot of great artists out there and new music that's fascinating and wonderful to hear that's being made, in the basements. I mean, a year ago, if I was sitting here and asked you who Skrillex was, you probably wouldn't have known. And I think there's probably a dozen guys similar to him sitting in their basements making something really intriguing and innovating right now. Um, I think this is really the wave of the future, and it's going to be around for a while. I mean, even now, it's just kind of integrating itself and combining itself with kind of pop music and pop culture. So I don't think it'll necessarily be looked at as EDM or dance music. It'll just kind of all mold into something new and different. Our radio is the nightclub, and the internet. People hear a Kaskade song by going on the internet and searching and finding it, or tuning into my Facebook or Twitter account and seeing these bits that I put out. There's really no other way to hear it. That's it. So, yeah. So I mean, there's still ways to go.
The impromptu event was announced this afternoon on Twitter.
The city of Los Angeles authorized everything that happened, and it simply just grew out of control.
People were really excited following Kaskade's Twitter to a point. Pretty much I knew exactly where he was and what was going on because everybody around me was reading his Twitter post.
So on that note, how big has social media played into, I guess, making you guys big and bigger?
I think it's been huge. I think that changed the whole dynamic of what people were listening to. I think, before this, 10 years ago, Clear Channel, sat, and I just imagine like a bunch of guys in suits sitting around some big table in New York deciding what the kids will listen to. And that's how it went for, many, many years. They decided what the programming was on the radio stations and pushed that out nationally and internationally and created pop stars. That system doesn't work anymore. The cat is out of the bag. Yeah, people find their music now through different means and ways, and social media is what was, fostered this. With social media, I think we still would be disconnected, and be hard to find out what people were listening and paying attention to. Punk rock music relied a lot on like little weekly magazines and monthly magazines, these e-zines, and people forwarding around and getting their friends to listen to it, and social media, Facebook, Twitter, just got people connected. Mark, appreciate that. Props, buddy. Thank you. That's cool. All of that, making it Napster, guys. Just getting more music out there for people. Yeah, Sean was great, and even with Spotify, getting it out there more. Like, tune in, see, here's my playlist, this is what I'm doing. It's very easy for anybody to see what I'm listening to.
How and why has electronic music become so popular in the last 5 or 6 years?
I think mainly people were just ready to hear something new. That's the biggest thing. I mean, it's like hip hop and rock. I mean, whatever. My parents listened to rock and roll. That's their music, and then kind of hip hop came along, and that, and I think it was just kind of its time because it had, just been in the underground for so long and matured. The sound matured. It became more musical, and I think the production value just got better over time, and it became cheaper and easier for younger kids to get, studio gear that was affordable to them to be able to create this music. Before it was like, oh, you need $100,000 to get into this scene. Sorry, Now it's like, no, I mean, you can get a drum app on your iPad or iPhone or whatever, So just more people creating it and it getting better.